Is luxury canceled? Hey guys, it's Jess from She's the Posh. Welcome back, and today we're going to talk about luxury today, some of the allegations, some drama that's coming with it, and is luxury getting canceled? I make videos anytime I want, so please remember to hit subscribe below and ring my bell so we can become best friends here on the internet. Okay guys, this is something I have been thinking about, and I didn't know what to call this video, and I had just recently watched another video sharing some tea about Chanel, and it made me think, hey, is luxury getting canceled? Because I tried to think about how luxury was when I was growing up and how it was so sought after. And I really feel like social media, TikTok, all these things that did help luxury at one point now is really hurting it and starting to cancel it. So let's get to it. So the first thing I thought about when it came to luxury being canceled, of course, is Chanel. Chanel has been the most canceled brand this past year. We all saw it due to social media, I want to say. We saw the TikToks about the advent calendars, and everyone was sharing that. Everyone was sharing the total extortion, the total scam that the Chanel calendar, advent calendar was, the $800 and some worth of stickers that people received. Now that you see that, you kind of saw that the brand didn't even make a statement about it. They didn't even apologize. Nothing was said. So that was one of the first cancellations. And then you had all the crazy price increases, right? Chanel normally only does 1 to 2 price increases a year, and it's not in every single product. But what did you hear? Like, all of 2022 was the year of the price increase. Like, anyone else feel that way? Every month a brand was increasing prices, but the one that had the most increases in prices, the most dramatic increases in prices, was Chanel. And even from some of my favorite luxury YouTubers, they were not happy with this. And it comes down to the value. They didn't see the value there, paying so much more for this Chanel bag. Are you gonna retain that amount of money? When you have something that has value, let's say like a house, like a Chanel bag, you buy it, but you know the prices are gonna continue to go up every year. So you know that in 5-6 years that this bag will be worth more, and then if you wanted to sell it, you would probably get all of your money back, if not a little bit more. That's kind of how people thought when they bought a Chanel classic piece. Well, now if people buy a Chanel classic piece, they know that in a year, it's gonna be probably 25% more in the next year. However, on the resale market, people are not spending that crazy amount of money, and you're not seeing those classic pieces going for over retail as much as you did prior, because they were harder to get. So I really feel like with Chanel, this constant price increases has really backfired on them. I guess they wanted to oust a certain price group worth of people. They wanted to see more exclusive like Hermes. However, they're not Hermes, they're Chanel. I just think that increasing prices is not increased value for a product, and I think that is the mistake that Chanel has made on this. We also had Chanel quality issues. I think that is crazy. So if you're gonna be increasing prices so dramatically, people are gonna expect excellence, right? People, if you're gonna spend all this money on a piece, they're going to scrutinize it so much. So you better be on your A game. But Chanel's like, I don't care, we're Chanel. We can do whatever we want. So some of the biggest scandals allegedly from Chanel is, one of them was from my girl that I showed you, was Sam from Bargain Hunting Blonde. She got a pair of shoes which had a very interesting made in stamp on her soles, and it must have failed the quality control. So it looks like that no one is checking quality control with Chanel, because that is something simple. Seeing a tag that is not Chanel should not be present on a shoe. And that just shows that we're cutting corners, getting lazy, and there is no middle person checking those pieces. We also have had some scandals with the Chanel 22 with the leather wearing off. Like, we all knew when we saw that bag, there was gonna be some rubbing on the chain of the leather. So you would think Chanel would use a nice thick leather, something that would help it with its durability. However, it was very interesting when you looked at that on the microscopic level, whereas the fibrous materials of the leather showed a very strong resemblance to composite leather. Composite leather is not a full strip of leather, it is a bunch of leather put together, almost like the same thing with composite wood. You have shavings and things of wood that they put a glue and they pack it down and they make it into a composite, which is why a lot of the IKEA coffee tables you should never sit on, because it is made of composite most likely, and you're going to split it. So yes, it means that the integrity is not as great as something that has just one full thick strip of leather. So allegations that Chanel uses composite leather is scary to me. This is all alleged. However, I will put all the tea in the videos down below for you to see. Now, the latest scandal out of Chanel is that they are allegedly getting sold, which isn't surprising to me. Allegedly, they've stopped production on like beauty products, and I'm not sure about the bags and stuff like that. They've stopped production because they're preparing to be sold because they're not doing very well, or the people that currently own them are like, I gotta get out because this dumpster fire is about to ignite. So yeah, I feel like Chanel, when you look at how healthy an industry is, I always like to see like who are the top ones in the industry, how are they doing? And Chanel is one of the top ones, and they don't seem to be doing very well. And then you have Louis Vuitton, and Louis Vuitton has had their share of controversies, especially with quality control. We've had glazings that melted, but I feel like they've handled their quality control issues a little bit better. We still have them. However, they usually take the pieces back. They don't blame the customer for the pieces, where Chanel say that's just natural wear and tear, where Louis Vuitton usually tries to take them back. With the glazing thing, they had to recall the bags, and they took all those bags back. I believe that was in 2017, 2018. I thought they handled that very, very well. There are still quality issues with them, and they are still doing crazy price increases. However, they're not necessarily on my shit list as Chanel is, because I still feel like there is some customer service there. I am nervous for the brand because nothing they've brought out recently has excited me. Louis Vuitton is one of the only brands that I will buy brand new, because especially like limited edition, that if you try to buy them in the secondhand market, they will be too expensive. But there's nothing that's really inspiring me about Louis Vuitton. I feel like they've taken some of their classic pieces and made them smaller. I'm just not feeling it. The last Louis Vuitton piece that I bought was the Nano Speedy in the pink denim. That was the last one I bought from them that I really liked, and it spoke to me, but I'm just not feeling it. So yes, Louis Vuitton, I'm just not feeling like they're inspiring me as much. Another thing that made me think of is luxury getting canceled is the fact that Gen Z doesn't really care about luxury, right? Gen Z are the people that are now growing up and going in to the workforce. They're now in their 20s, and they're going to be in that position to be able to purchase luxury. They're not into it, right? They're the next generation. They're thinking this is stupid investment. They're seeing all the crap that's happening with us, like, you know, millennials and Gen Xers. I can never get the generations right. Gen Xers and all those people that have purchased luxury have been in this world complaining and being frustrated and being upset by all the price increases, by the quality issues, by not feeling inspired, by feeling that luxury is actually shoved down our throat and we're not inspired to have our own sense of fashion. So if you don't have Gen Z, if you don't have the next generation excited to purchase your products and to be a part of this, I guess you would call luxury community, be a part of this world, then you're not going to sustain it if you don't have customers to sustain it. And I even noticed with my own self that I've bought so much less luxury in 2022. I've sold a lot more. I'm not someone that has been buying as much, whereas in my early 30s, I was buying luxury. I mean, that was most of what my videos were. I would show because I could get good deals. But I've got to the point where I am not buying new luxury, not because I can't afford it, because I think it's stupid to spend that kind of money. I think it's dumb for me to invest my money in luxury that is now turning into fast fashion. And that's my last piece that I'm going to be talking about when it comes to, is luxury getting canceled? Luxury used to be something that is supposed to last the test of time. It'd be fun pieces, but also classic, that you felt like you could wear with many things. You felt inspired. You would see not tons of new pieces every year, not tons of collections. You would see a few things from a collection and then you wouldn't be inspired by that. But now I feel like there's collection after collection. There's these different brands collaborating with other brands, and all they're doing is recycling the same styles and putting their logo on it. I just don't see the classicness of luxury anymore. I'm seeing it look more like fast fashion. Pieces that I don't necessarily think are cute, but become popular because of social media. They'll just make a different version of it. They're just recycling it, make a different version of it. They'll make it bigger. They'll make it smaller. They'll put a cool print on it. They'll give it to all these influencers and celebrities and have them release it and take pictures with it and invade your Instagram with it. I'm just not for that anymore. I have been less on social media personally, especially because it's like election season and people be cray on there. I am noticing that I'm not influenced by influencers that much anymore. I am not enjoying the fast fashion of luxury. And if they don't change these things, then I am just not seeing the value of spending my money on something that is going to be worthless in like a year or two. Like, that was the part where we could buy luxury and we know that when we're done with that piece, we could sell it in a few years and it's still worth money. However, I don't feel like that's the case anymore, especially if you look at like Chloe bags. They do have a lot of cute classic pieces. However, if you buy a Chloe bag new and then you go to sell it, they'll give you about only 40% of what you paid for that piece if you go to the resale market. Also with Celine, I love Celine. I think they have great classic styles. However, even though they're producing these great classic styles on the resale market, there's no value there anymore. Even those pieces are starting to see this effect of fast fashion and people aren't buying as much as we used to. Okay, guys, let me know what you think about this topic. Is luxury getting canceled? Are you noticing yourself buying less? Are you noticing yourself not being inspired by the fashion that you're seeing around you? Please put it in the comments down below. And as always, I want to thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you again. Bye, guys.